Hello, it's like in here to show you the Big Bird and State Capital Index. It's like you see is it's like a dictionary with all the list of the capitals of the states, including it's like you see Indiana, and then you see Kentucky, but so you see all this list right here of these different states and capitals, and so far with Big Bird and State Capital Index is that which I don't know if everybody here has been able to memorize all the capitals of each state or something like that, but since I guess I can kind of read them off, since you try to fit all the what you call 50 states that you go on this list here, but first of all, it's like for like the alphabetical order is that you would you see is that you see Alabama and then Montgomery and then Alaska and so far as the Junune, how you pronounce it, but the Junue, and then along with the Arizona, Phoenix, and then Arkansas, Little Rock, California, Sacramento, Colorado, Denver, and then Connecticut is Hartfield, Hartford, and then Delaware, Denver. I think then Delaware and Devar is how you pronounce it, and then Florida, Tallahassee, and then Georgia, Atlanta, and then Hawaii, Honolulu, Indiana, Idaho. It's like so. I guess I'll be getting to Indiana here in a little bit, but Idaho is Boston, and then Illinois will be Springfield, and then Indiana, Indianapolis, and then Iowa, Des Moines, and then Kansas, Topeka, and then Kentucky, Bradford, and then Frankfort, and then along with Louisiana, and then Benton Rouse, and then Maine will be Augusta, and then Maryland, Indianapolis, it will be Indianapolis, and then Massachusetts, Boston, and then Michigan will be Louis, Longyearbyen, and then it's like some of these capitals, it's hard to, for me, it's like hard to pronounce. It's like if I remember right, whenever I was in the 4th grade, that I learned most of these, but Minnesota, St. Paul's, it's called St. Paul, and then Mississippi, Jackson, and then Missouri, Jefferson City, Montana, Heleno, and then Nebraska, and then Lincoln, and then Nevada will be Carson City, and then New Hampshire, and then New Hampshire would be Concord. Looks like it will be Concord, and then New Jersey, Trenton, and then New Mexico, Santa Fe, and then New York, Albany, and then North Carolina will be Ranghorn. For North Carolina, or Raintosh, or something, but anyway, with some of these capitals, it's some of them which are what you call, some are easy and some are kind of complicated, but not really all that complicated to pronounce. I guess just that I guess it takes time just to memorize them. But so far, North Carolina just made, and then Ohio, Columbus, and Oklahoma City. I guess that will probably be the easiest one to remember. But Oregon, Saline, and then Phoenix, Phoenix. It will be Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Rhode Island, Providence, and then South Carolina will be Columbia, and then the South Dakota will be Pierce, and Tennessee, Nashville, Texas, Austin, Utah, Salt Lake City, Vermont, Philadelphia, and then along with Washington, Olympia, and then West Virginia, Charleston, and then along Wisconsin, Madison, and then Wyoming, and Chonang, it's like, but of course, the way I wrote them would be is that I went ahead and it includes like the states on the left and then the capitals on the right, but what to see is that these poster cards right here is that including the states, along with the states would be is that it's like what you call the initials. It's like ND, and along with the NM for like for New for New York for NY, and then North Carolina for NC. But you got these right here that match it up with the states, and then along with the words like United, as in for as like in the United States, is that you get the initials right here. Is for the the abbreviations for these different it's like AL for like Atlanta, but you got these different like these what you call these bookmarks right here, of it's called the initials for the different states, but along right here it's like you have this list right here, like this index list right here of these different states, along with like this capital design I would have included. But so far with Big Bird and the state capital index is like that, which the way it's like I was able to squeeze the whole list of what you call the 50 states all into this one coloring right here for of Big Bird, and it's like which I was like, well, other than it's like to read them off, that go ahead and just include those bookmarks to just show it's like the different states, but the different states, and then kind of like the category for what capital is what, but so far as like a state of Missouri, which of course which I could probably memorize. I can memorize that would be Jefferson City, but then it's like for like some like Rhode Island or it would be like Oklahoma. It's like Oklahoma City. I guess that would be like maybe one of the easiest ones to memorize. It's like so far other than Jefferson City that this between the state name and then add city on there, and then maybe that'll be a way to memorize them. But I remember whenever I was in the 4th grade that I remembered I remember it was about 2 weeks that the teachers would have you write down notes and jot down a few notes about so far as the state capitals and stuff like that, and then they would test you, and then as far as I remember, I don't remember learning them ever since then, but they are as like but so far as for Big Bird is that so far A plus, it's that if you'll be able to memorize a lot of these states. But what I would think about is maybe you can maybe make some flashcards. You make some flashcards with the state labeled on the front, and then on the back go ahead and write the name down of the state, and then maybe maybe draw like what you call, you can maybe be creative as to maybe I'm sure that we all know that the taxes, the prices, like the gas prices or whatever, may differ between states, and maybe they'll write that down. It's like maybe one of these capitals from each state would show up on like one of our receipts. It's like Springfield, Illinois, that if we bought something from Springfield or whatever somewhere, that maybe they would show up, and but all that depends, I guess, on whatever the prices are remain. But anyway, they are. It's like so far with the Big Bird and state capital index, along with the list of the capitals of the country United States, and it's like and so far as with the capitals, it's that the good way to memorize them, I guess, is to make flashcards or something like that. Maybe buy something from one of the states, and maybe check into maybe the prices differs, and that depend on whatever state that you go to.